So continuing the street bike Banshee build, or at least the street bike Banshee that we bought with no motor and a f***ed up frame. If you haven't already seen, I suggest you go watch the first video in which we acquired this thing. But we were missing two essential pieces. Number one, obviously a frame, because this is essentially garbage. It doesn't have a VIN and it's just so far gone, there's no point in bringing it back. Yesterday, a Banshee came in from California, another beater piece of shit. I'll throw a clip of it right here. It's been only in my possession maybe like 15 hours so far. In the first 2 hours of it being in the shop, it was already getting torn down completely. And the chassis is right here. I was hoping that I could just tear this down and instantly bring it to powder coat first thing today, because I knew that I would already have it torn down the same day that I got it. Now, as I come into the shop first thing this morning, I didn't tear this apart, so this is kind of like my first look at the chassis being bare. The first thing I wanted to do was put the gas tank on it. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos. When you get a chassis, you want to just make sure that all these key things are good and ready to go for refinishing paint, powder, whatever you end up doing. You want to make sure that the back of the frame isn't bent up, because then when you go to put the plastics on, obviously they're not going to mount correctly. So that's one thing you want to look out for. The foot peg bolts, they tend to strip out. People cut off certain brackets, like right here, which is mainly for a stock exhaust. They put like a little rubber grommet there. That way it doesn't like make hella noise when it vibrates. In some instances, I've also seen where people just like cut off the fender brackets. A lot of these bikes that come from the West Coast, they're dune bikes, and you know, they try and just shave and save weight. So these are things that you want to look out for. In this case though, we got a little situation with this gas tank. Now, as you can see, it's all the way far forward. It doesn't want to go in. I got the Banshee with the gas tank actually out. First thing this morning, I go to put it in, and I noticed that, number one, the frame is like almost straight. Now you see this bend right here. This is actually supposed to be like where my hand is. We're gonna end up taking this to Petey, which is my friend that does all the fabrication on the Banshees, before we end up bringing it to powder coat. But that'll all get done today. We need to situate this, make sure that these will be aligned correctly. Obviously, we're gonna bring a steering stem with us and this gas tank. That way, everything fits properly. You don't fix this, number one, you're not gonna be able to get the gas tank in there, but number two, when you go to put the gas tank plastics on, your bolt hole for the plastic is gonna be over here. The actual mounting point is all the way back here. You might want to just look for these things if you're doing a full restoration build, because obviously these things are old. They've been beat to shit, especially this one, and obviously this one. That's one piece that we're missing. Another one is a transmission, because the motor that came with this Banshee, I ended up stealing the cylinders and the transmission for another build. This is the motor that came with that. Definitely wasn't the prettiest, but yesterday I was literally slamming this fucking 32 socket into the cylinder, just beating the shit out of the piston. This was like so seized in there, and it was so gross. I'll show you a little before and after of the intake. We'll put up those photos right here. Long story short, I want to take the transmission from this motor to use for the motor for this build. We have the case set up to where we're ready to completely reassemble. It's all vapor honed. All the bolts are organized where they're supposed to be. We should be able to build the entire motor today. That's if the transmission is obviously good. This is super risky. Obviously, when you're buying an ATV all the way across America, a cheap price point like this, nothing is guaranteed, right? But I'm obviously willing to take that risk, and there was oil in it. So we're just gonna hope. We're gonna hope, and we're gonna stay positive. We're gonna try and disassemble this thing completely right now, or enough where I can just get the transmission out of it, and then we'll put it to the side. And when I end up rebuilding this for another build, probably within the next week, then I'll also need another transmission. You end up taking parts, using it for one, and then you're left to go scramble for the next, transmission. I find myself in this fucking rabbit hole all the time. Anyways, I'm gonna tear this down right now, pull the transmission. If it's good, we reuse it. If not, it fucks up my whole plan today, and we'll probably just go straight to Petey, have him fix that frame. Let's try and see how far we can get with this. If this wrist pin doesn't want to come out of here, we're just gonna end up fucking chopping the rod, because we're not using that anyways. But take a good look at that. That probably is one of the worst looking crankshafts I've seen in a long time. Hella crusty.
Yeah. Nothing that you're saying makes sense to me.
I was most nervous about the flywheel of this whole thing, because if you can't get the flywheel off, you ain't taking the fucking motor apart. But we got it off, motherfucker.
See my reptilian brain, I had you curled up trying to stop bleeding. Good nigga, I'm chill like the icebox. Hood nigga, I'm sorry if you're not relating.
What are the chances? That was like a pack-a-punch machine, bro. Bro, that shit is so crispy. Even the water pump.
Power and privilege. You're not privy to this grown folk business. Little nigga,
this is why the OEM basket is fucking dog shit, and you should switch it to a billet one. Always just swap this out for a better basket.
Hit them with the pounders, they do not astound us. Nigga, it's about us, built up from the ground up. Stop frontin' crown us, not the same without us. Give my nigga flowers, keep them from around us. Hit them with the pounders, they do not astound us. Nigga, it's about us, built up from the ground up. Stop frontin' crown us, not the same without us.
Can put this on Marketplace. Banshee crankshaft and piston for sale. $700.
I just let your karma rock. Heard she was a solid dot. Out of Palmer. Y'all be trusting these hoes, that's what got them not. If it's anything that I ever learned, if the group is on fire, let that motherfucker burn. I ain't at the whole.
Oh my God. That is amazing right there. Look at how fucking clean that transmission is. Blue mark from the factory. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna clean up every little thing. We're gonna boot gang this. We're stealing that. Steal this one too. Take that push rod out. And that is all we needed. Oh my God. Look at that. Yeah, this shit is smoked. But we don't need this shit anyways. It's very rare we ever use or reuse a crank. Most builds I just try and brand new. Brand new. Definitely a lot of water and moisture getting into that. The transmission is sealed separately, so that's why I was hoping at least the trans would be good. So the other day we went ahead and started putting some of the motor parts together, in which you guys will see in just a second. But we have the motor and every bolt that the motor needs. We also put the shift forks in, the shift drum, shift shaft, aligned everything how it should be, pre-assembled the clutch cover. The cylinders that we're gonna be using for this build aren't from the original motor. I vapor honed a set the other day, had them bored and honed. 513 65mm pistons, Wasco pistons. We have a brand new hot rod crankshaft behind us. We got the new cool head, in which came in that box of parts. If you guys seen the first video in which we kind of just went over everything that we bought for this. The stator, we vapor honed the backing plate. We had all the hardware zinced. Everything's gonna be so fucking crispy. So we're gonna go ahead, hopefully finish this motor today. I did use an O-ring, one of the O-rings for the domes out of this gasket kit that I have for this. But hopefully I could source one around the shop. Also, we're actually missing a stator side cover. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get cranking on this.
With the right, I shake a millionaire's hand. With the left, I serve a junkie. Walk the line of lavish life of crime. Remember them times I had a bunkie on a tier. Now my signature is souvenir. Bitches wanna hang, bringing me neck like I got nooses near. My shit is hypnotic. When I spit it, they got stupid stares. Or they lies quickly and minimize when the truth appear. They say this shit a gamble. You live your life in casinos. Death is at the door. I shoot the reaper through the peephole. I see no equal. I play the game on hard, don't need no cheat code. It's easier to scam than flip a kilo. Dirt all over the C notes. Keep the clean stack separate. For the record, I'm wrecking shit. Natural scrap is effortless. Made the murder shit like a 38 specialist. The specialist, I heard your new shit. I'm less than impressed with it. All these fools under my shoe, I'm setting a precedent.
What I'm doing right now is just spinning the transmission over to make sure that everything spins as it should and goes into all the gears. Nothing is binding. Just like that, we're pretty much ready to rock. That's why I like pre-assembling things, right? I say this in every video. You get everything ready, clean. When it goes to assembling it, it's that much quicker. When you're trying to do everything at once, it becomes a mess. Now, what we're gonna do is just with a little brake cleaner on a rag, go all around the case, clean the mating surface, and then put a little bit of Yamaha Banshee. You don't have to go too crazy. I can't tell you how many times I've got motors with like globs and globs and globs of this fucking silicone. Light coat from the factory, they barely even put it on the case. So just a little dabble. Tap, 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 all around the case.
My life story strictly business, never blew my chance. Moms kicked me out the house when I was flipping, I'm the man. Put the boys on the street, make them walk the beat. Teach them how to eat and to seek for peace. Son, I snapped his name, living proof, cause I mean what I say. Bring the fake to reality and make them pay. Yo, these ghetto rhyme stories got them scared to death. I'm trying to get the fuck out, see what the world's about. Check it, 1986 is when I reached my peak. Take my brothers out of state and try to make some ends meet. First destination Texas and it's just like that. Making moves with my brothers and there's no turning back. We got 36 grams on the scale right now. Getting ready with my brothers, time to break this shit down. I'm not about killing my people, but you know how it goes. Work with me, not against me, and we'll make mad dough. With my co-defender that when I break down with rap. Hold me back and give me love, and now I'm giving it back. A unique sound from the streets, and it's just so sweet. My living proof life story, let me break it in peace.
Yo, I rock on the block with the real hip-hop. As you start to clock and jock. Yo, I'm coming off with mad rage. 18 and hitting the real stage. But don't worry about me, cause I'm making it. And if I can't have it, That's how it is, cause I'm living trife. Where's my knife? Take a chance with your life. Rappers decapitate and disintegrate. You I will mutilate when I penetrate.
So we got the motor all sealed up, but she's got a little bit of a leak, and we already found it. Same normal spot where the tester mounts to. We're gonna fix that really quick, and we're gonna restart. So the motor's got no leaks. She's good to go. It's been like 10 minutes and it hasn't dropped at all. I really do like the aluminum finish on the OEM cylinders. I don't know if I mentioned this, but this set specifically, the paint was just so faded. So I just threw it in the vapor hone. 10 minutes later, they look brand new. And I'll probably start doing this more often. And I think it'll tie together very well with the theme that we're going for. I haven't mentioned it just yet, but by the next video, you guys will get an idea of what we're turning this Banshee into, so to say. There were a couple of comments that were all right, but nothing that really stood out. And going into this build, when I purchased this, I kind of had this idea. It's been an idea that I wanted to do for a while, and I think a lot of people will be stoked. The way that I envision it in my head, I can turn into reality. It's gonna be a fucking sick one. So what we're gonna do now is finish assembling the whole clutch side, put that cover on. Lastly, we'll put the stator, the flywheel, the sprocket, the lock washer, and then the nut. What we'll be missing before we can put it inside the ATV, or we can do it after it's in the ATV, is just the stator side cover with the gasket. Everything else we have, we're gonna continue here. So I'm gonna take the whole tester kit off and keep on going.
Cause bullets are sprayed and anybody is laid. More money is made and that's the family trade. See, I make moves and tell what's the truth. That's why I'm here to be living proof.
Leave it up to me while I be living proof. Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. Leave it up to me while I be living proof. Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. Leave it up to me while I be living proof. Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. Leave it up to me while I be living proof. Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough.
I'm lost, must pay the cost to be the boss with force. Gotta get my point across. I'm going off on the mic, insane, out of sight. When I take flight, like Mike. And you see, I be rolling like a battle cat. And I'm ready to rip on my combat. Beef, I'm not having that, yo. I pull my trigger back. And all you pussy niggas know where my heart is at. I like to stay down low, but yo, I flip at times. Like when I'm picking rhymes.
So this is where we're kind of stuck with the motor. We just need that stator side cover. Other than that, it's complete and it came out real nice. The aluminum with the polished and the zinc parts, everything ties together like so perfect. What we're gonna do now, since we're stuck here, is we're gonna go to Petey's shop and we're gonna have him fix where the steering stem brace is bent. And we're gonna get it back to the correct position in which where it needs to be. So that way the gas tank plastics align how they should. And obviously the gas tank, you'll be able to get it in and out. So we're gonna go situate that now. Later today off camera, I'm gonna go drop everything off at Powder Coat, the chassis in which we're gonna be using for this build, but all the other parts will go towards something else, and those will be ready by the next time I source another frame. So that is the plan. So we're gonna make moves and we're gonna go to Petey's shop.
Yo, I be your Black Panther, all in your dreams. Up against the wall, they don't because you can't see me.
Holy shit.
I'm here to teach the people now.
Boom! Boom! Nice. You care if we put this in the
Yeah, this jig is ass, so copy it all you want. So I'm basically heating this up, not trying to slice it. This is where the factory weld is, so at least I'll just knock the factory weld like an inch, quarter inch, try to move it, but don't do it too much because then it'll start to move it down here. The point is just to like recreate that bend.
Got to work hard for mine, struggles on the line. Watching all these niggas in the street for a while.
common thing that I bring to Petey is a Banshee that has, you know, the bent steering stem. He made this little jig so that way when he slices it here, heats it up and bangs it forward, he knows how far to go. So that way he doesn't go past that point. Not only did this brace bend down, but a common thing on the Banshees is this stopper right here for the steering stem for when you're turning, they bend forward. So then what ends up happening is you turn the fucking handlebars and you can just keep going until the wheel actually hits the control arm. And the reason for that is because this stopper is probably bent. So you gotta keep an eye out for that too. These are all things you wanna fix before you refinish it. Otherwise you're going backwards. These are all the things that I've learned in the past and all the mistakes that I made that you guys can learn from me. So if you got issues with, you know, the rear end, the steering stem, the stopper, or maybe you have a broken or rotted fender tab, because these are commonly broken or missing in the dunes. They chop the shit because they run cut fenders anyways. Petey can help you replace all that. But right now what we're doing is we're fixing that steering stem brace and that stopper, and this is a little tweak.
Just a little quibble.
Yeah, I think this one's up a little bit.
It's the littlest things, and if you do the littlest things, the build will come out perfect.
Because there's no going back. Once you powder coat this shit, you're not gonna be sanding it to weld something, because then you're gonna have to re-powder coat it again. Make sure you go over these things before you bring it to either paint or powder coat, because then you're just wasting your money and wasting your time, and you're gonna be so fucking stressed. I've been there. You don't wanna be in that situation. So figure it out beforehand. If you don't have a guy that can do it, Petey can do it. PJ Facts.
Every time I turn around and you're all on my back. For what? I don't know. These devils won't leave me alone. I've been here for 20 years and here to stand my ground. And these devils getting open, but they can't get down. Shedding lyrics through the city like a newborn seed. These type of lyrics, that's mine, that's organized with the time. I'm on the road checking my VI, I didn't start to come. But this season of success, it got them all fucked up. What you want right now, you make.
Oh, wow. That's so much better, bro. I think you need to hit the size a little bit.
No more petty crime, yo, I'm up against the wall.
Yo, the world is falling, death is calling. I don't know, MCs be brawling. On the mic, when I get hyped, whatever you want, yo, whatever you like. Bite on my style, I like that. Yo, here's your feedback with one smack. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No time to be playing, cause these niggas be delaying.
So originally we came here just to fix the steering stem mount, and then once we had the frame on the table, I noticed that the steering stem stopper was also bent. We fixed that. The rear of the frame, it was a little tweaked up on the left side only. So normally I'll just like cut the frame, put new stronger gussets both here and here, just because I like to like reinforce the rear. It's like so common with all these ATVs. And if I could, you know, help the next person that ends up with the ATV, I normally do that. Obviously with this one, like I'm kind of trying to stay within a budget. Like I'm looking at a set of wheels that are either gonna be like $1,000 or $2,000. So doing something like that, just adding another thing is not necessarily necessary, although I would love to. We're skipping out on that, but we did fix the frame a little bit here in the rear. And then lastly, the seat stay where like the seat mounts to, right? You have the two holes in the back and then has this little clip that it goes under right here. This was bent down. So what he did was he put a bottle jack on the table and then put a little spacer and then bent that up. As much as you bend it up, it always just comes right back down. So it's a lot better than what it was. And then as you guys know, and I've said this in previous videos, every single Banshee that we put out just gets that Bonzi Garage plate. Making something like this come back to life, you want to do it right, you want to do it once, and you don't want to be backtracking. Like I said multiple times, I've done this so many times, and I just want to give as much advice as I can to you guys that are watching. So what we'll do now, throw this in the truck. I'm going to go back to the shop. I have tons of parts that need to get powder coated. I need to go through everything and pick the colors. All the parts that came off of this Banshee that we disassembled, I think I'm going to use to restore 1995. I want to do a 1995. I haven't done that on this channel. I want to do like the OEM color plastics, OEM color frame, better suspension and control arms, possibly even a rear swing arm. So that's something that you could look forward to. That'll be after we finish this build. So now I got to find another frame. Hopefully we could have this stuff back within the next couple of days and we'll start assembling that. And that'll be the next video. So make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't already seen the previous videos in which we took this thing apart and then we started pre-assembling a whole bunch of parts, go check those out. Initially I wanted to do like one big video, but I feel like a series of videos will really help people that are trying to maybe do something like this to their own ATV. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.